back to my channel. I'm so excited you decided to join me today for this lovely speed build. Today we're building an apartment in Evergreen Harbor. I just love the apartments in Evergreen Harbor, and I am not going to be sorry about that. They just are a short wall. There's only 4 of them, and I'm pretty sure they're all short wall height, or at least, I don't know if the other ones are medium. I think they're honestly all short wall height, and short wall height is chef's kiss. So good. And I don't know. I also just love Evergreen Harbor. It's supposed to give like Pacific Northwest vibes, and I love the Pacific Northwest. For a while, I wanted to move there, and honestly, if I didn't have so many things tying me to the Midwest, I would move there. But yeah, I always wanted to move west. Anyway, enough of that. This build is for, they're just kind of starting a family. I imagined that, one of the parents was a stay-at-home, parent. I imagined it was the mom, but honestly, like, screw gender roles, could be a stay-at-home dad. And then the other parent is a medical student who is, like, in their residency, so they don't have, like, a ton of money, but, like, they're almost done with their residency. That's not at all how it works in The Sims 4. Like, in The Sims 4, they'd probably be in their, like, last year of university. And I have a little desk out in the living space. I don't do a high chair in this build, and I usually do high chairs when I do an infant. That's what we have. That's what I have for like the little baby in this build. But I did not do it. Well, mostly because I don't really have an official dining room. I just have this table in here with 2 chairs, which would work fine for a family. But obviously if they grow, they were going to need to go to a bigger apartment or maybe buy a house. But like I said, I imagine that they're just, slowly working their way up to that. And I've pretty much yapped through the entire kitchen. I did this 2-toned tile thing with this base game tile. I also used these counters from Snowy Escape. I never use these counters just because I feel like I have to clutter them up a decent bit. And yeah, like when they're open like that, I feel like I have to clutter them up. And I did a decent job cluttering them up. Is there an open? Yeah. I was like, holy crap, did I completely forget to leave an open counter for you to be able to cook on? And no, I did leave one. And there's also the rice cooker and the mixer. So lots of things, lots of good things happening there. Also, for some reason, it wasn't letting me place any new windows on this apartment, and it was low-key kind of glitching. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but like occasionally some of the the background environment was kind of glitching, and I don't know if that was the reason, or I also know that since this one has the balcony, which kind of sucks on this one, that you can't edit the balcony, because there's the one I just did a build for it, so I'll link that or add a card up for that. But you in San Myshuno that you can edit the balcony on, and I just love that, and I really wish. I know that when this pack first came out, you were able to, but you're not anymore, which is really sad. And now we're into the bathroom. I used the fancy toilet with the bidet that came with Snowy Escape, and I also did laundry. I did a 2-tone washer and dryer, which I always want to do, but I'm like, it looks kind of weird, but I full sent it. I also used like these full length mirrors, and I never do something like that. I also did a double vanity and like a half wall in the bathroom. This bathroom is definitely a little bit different than what I normally do, but I mean, it's also a bathroom, so you can't get too crazy with it. But yeah, it has everything you need, and I kept on trying to figure out what I wanted to put above that toilet, and I end up not putting anything. I'm almost sure that I end up not putting anything over there. I do end up putting some towels, like, on top of the washer and dryer, but that's pretty much it. And then I think I hope I put a rug down. Honestly, I don't remember if I put a rug down. I literally built this yesterday. I should probably remember, but a lot has happened since then. Lots of mental breakdowns, lots of other things occurring. Oh yes, I do put a rug down. I put down the Snowy Escape rug because we love Snowy Escape. I love Snowy Escape. It has such good build items. And now we're going over into the little nursery. And I was trying to find like a wallpaper that I don't use that often that wasn't too fancy. And then I ended up doing this one with the paint swatches. I picked a really colorful one first. And then once I pulled out the little pink crib and put up these like curtains, I was like, okay, slightly off the vibe. And I think I also get a really cute rug. I don't even remember. Oh, is it a Love Struck rug? I think it was the Love Struck rug. I do this slightly, I don't know, like more aesthetic wallpaper swatch. And then also put in that trash can that comes with the pastel pop kit. And then I did 2 stuffies and I sized down the cat, and I just thought that was so cute. I was just like in love with it. I also did my stereotypical little shelf above the changing table, and then I end up pulling out a bookshelf to put over here. I could use this one. I think that's for My First Pet stuff, and I never use it, but it has a little animal on it. I thought it was adorable. And then I thought about pulling out like a chair that like a toddler could sit in, but I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna put a rocking chair in here, because a rocking chair like makes more sense, even though like for gameplay it really doesn't matter. I also use this little safari mirror over by the changing station. I imagine the baby would like distract themselves looking in the mirror. Oh, cute. And I do the little shoe things. I never use those anymore. I used to use those like all the time. And then I put up the pop-up picture books, and then we're heading into, did I do that? No, I end up doing the living room first, because I figured I could put a desk in the bedroom if I needed to, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna see how much room I am working with out here in the living space first. And I don't think I have ever had the TV on this wall. I pretty much always have the TV on the other wall, and so that's one good thing, because I feel like I always do kind of this layout in this apartment, but I never have it going this way. I have a very old video of me doing, I think, this apartment with like also a college student, and I'll see if I can't link that one, because that would honestly be wild, and I would totally not recommend it. I mean, you can watch it if you want to, but who knows what Allison was about back then. That was like 5 years ago. No, not 5 years ago, like 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. A lot has changed since then, and a lot has not changed since then. I still be playing The Sims, still be making these videos, I'm actually teaching at the same school I did my student teaching in when I was first started recording these, and so it's kind of like a fun first full circle moment. But yeah, it was kind of awkward over that little hallway. I never know what to do with those. I usually just throw some plants down. But I did end up fitting this desk over here with a laptop, and then I put up the I wanted to see if there was like any doctor related posters I could put up, but I ended up not really finding anything that I liked. So I just put up that dry erase board. Yeah, that's the right word. Calendar, some book clutter, some file folders that I imagined that would kind of help give away like the doctor vibe, some pencils, some sticky notes, just kind of a whole bunch of things, because like you're trying to become a medical doctor and you also just have an infant at home. It just seems like a lot. And I honestly don't put too much in this living space. I leave it pretty empty. I do end up putting a candle on the little kind of like TV stand. I also used upper cabinets for this TV stand. Little Simsy does that all the time, and I'm like, that is honestly so smart, because like there's not enough, is what I should say. There's not enough TV stands that I like. And there's a candle, which honestly seems kind of bad, because that little playpen, not a little playpen, but like little infant area is literally right there. But it's fine. It's The Sims 4. The candle's not going to fall into the baby. And I also imagine that you wouldn't leave your baby unattended with a candle burning next to it. I would hope. I would really hope that. But yeah, and then I end up cluttering up just a little bit over here in this kind of weird hallway. I don't even know what I was talking about. I am all over the place, because I don't know why. There's no if, but, when, here, there, anything. I am all over the place. But for sure. And then we honestly don't have that much left. We're going to finish up here. And then the bedroom is honestly very, very short. I'm going to throw some plants down. I end up doing a dartboard, which I never use, but I wanted to actually do something else that you could use in this space. I probably should have done like an easel or something so that there's another skill, but I mean, dartboards are fun. And then we go into the parents' bedroom, and I use the canopy bed that I literally never use. It's from City Living, and it is so cute. I just love it. But if you're interested in downloading this build, it is available on the Sims 4 gallery under my origin ID. You can get all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I really thank you all for watching. If you have not tuned in to my Stardew Valley expanded playthrough, you really should do that. I'll add a card up here for you to watch the first episode. I'm going to be doing those on Wednesdays, and then Sundays I'll be doing speed builds. And then maybe I could be convinced to upload more than twice a week, but right now we're just going to do twice a week just because this is, I mean, it depends. Once I get into the group with second semester, we should be chilling, but like right now I'm not having a lot of motivation to a lot of work. And so then I'm kind of stressed, but then I don't want to do anything, so this is a good, healthy, productive output. But if you liked this build, make sure, or this video and this build, honestly, if you liked literally anything, or just because, you should totally like this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like I said, I post weekly Sims videos and weekly Stardew videos. And I appreciate you taking your time and watching this video and spending time with me and sticking around. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!